Morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope you can see me okay. My Vikings hat. Totally working from home this week, so I'm gonna see how it goes. All right, I'll try to touch base with everybody and keep posting these videos so we can, understand what we're doing with the logarithms. And this week we're moving on to simplifying log properties. All right, with condensing and expanding logs. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I feel like this is like my morning math podcast here. Like a talk show. I got my math coffee mug here, some complex math that I don't remember from college, and here we go. I'm going to be posting some notes here pretty soon and some homework. All right, so what you should see today on Classroom is you'll see a copy of the blank notes, which I'm going to go through right now, and then, of course, a copy of the key, all right, that you can check out. They'll be filled in for you, all right, and then there'll be some homework. All right. And once again, with the homework, I think in week 2 here, moving on to our second week of online instruction, I think we're getting the hang of it now. I'm going to stick with the same system for now, as in when you see that pink icon, that assignment icon, it just means, okay, here's an assignment. This is what I need to turn in. So this is something I need to click that mark as done button when I've completed it. That lets us know, okay, you've completed it. And if you have any questions, we're assuming you're going to reach out to us. All right. So with this homework, of course, I'll post the answers again. And we do encourage you, if you can attach a picture of your work, like whether you printed this out and worked it out here or used the notebook, piece of scrap paper, or some of you have been typing it even, okay? That's great. We encourage you to submit that this week if you can, all right? Still hit that mark as done button, but there's an attachment button as well that you can attach a picture of your work, and that would be great. Some of you did that last week, and we love seeing your work and all that. All right. So anyway, here's the notes. Like I said, we're moving on to properties this week, log properties. All right. So let me actually put this down here. Okay, that way, hopefully you can see everything. And it'll be nice and still. Okay, so we'll start with the product property. All right, so the product property tells us that when we have multiplication going on here, we can turn that into addition. All right, so your general property here would say log base b, we're just using in this case. So log base b of m. And then since these are being multiplied, we can turn this into an addition problem. Log, it's got to be the same base, log base b of n. All right, and that's all it is. And you can go vice versa. So when you see condense, all right, so when we see something that's condensed into a single logarithm, we're able to, since it's addition, turn that into multiplication. So it's going to be log, and they have to have the same bases. Notice they're both log base 2 here. All right, so log base 2 of 4 times 7. I'll write that out, or 7 times 4. All right, which we know to be 28, so we can actually simplify that even further. Log base 2 of 28. All right, you could do the same thing with the next one here, and moving on to the third example. This one has some variables in it. Log base 4. All right, they both have base 4, and we still see an addition sign, which tells us we can multiply these two values here, these two terms, 2x times 4x squared. All right, we have to recall some of our exponent properties here. Log base 4, 2 times 4 is 8. X times x squared, remember this has a 1 right here, so we're going to add those exponents to get 8x cubed. All right, so hopefully that's not too bad. In terms of condensing, when you see addition and they're logs with the same base, you can turn that into multiplication. All right, which will come in handy next week when we start solving equations involving logs. All right, and then like we said, you can also expand these, okay? So in this case, if it's log of 6, well, we could think what multiplies to 6. We'll just keep the common log here. Remember, if you don't see anything, we assume that's base 10. That's called the common log. So we could say log of 2 times 3. 2 times 3 equals 6, right? So now we can expand this since it's multiplication, we turn it into addition. We're going the other way. All right, so log of 2 plus log of 3. All right. We'll do one more example here with the product rule. So let's see, log base 2 of 5x. Well, think about what's being multiplied here. The 5 and the x are being multiplied. So log base 2 of 5 plus log base 2 of x. All right, simple as that. Multiplication goes to addition, addition goes to multiplication. All right, so that's the product property. And the quotient property. Okay, the quotient property tells us when we have division, some of you might be able to guess, all right, when we go from division, it turns to subtraction. All right, so this would turn into log base b of m minus log base b of n. And we'll look at some more examples. In terms of condensing, well, let's see. They have the same base of 3 here. That's good. And we have 24, log base 3 of 24 minus log base 3 of 8. All right, so we see subtraction here. That tells us we can divide these. So log base 3 of 24 divided by 8. All right, and once again, we can simplify that further. Log base 3 of, well, 24 divided by 8 is 3. All right, if we really wanted to get crazy, that actually just equals 1. All right, if you remember from last week, changing this, 3 to what power equals 3? Well, 3 to the first power equals 3. So this whole thing would actually just equal 1. All right, that's an extra step. You can leave it right here for now. We're just condensing these, but that would be your final answer. There's just 1. All right, and then let's look at number 9 here. We have variables again. All right, so we have log base 4, x to the 9th. Okay, it's subtraction once again. That turns into division, x to the 9th over x squared. And if you remember, when you divide variables, that have the same base, we subtract the exponent. So log base 4 of x to the 7th would be your final simplified expression there. All right. So these logs are going to, no pun intended, they're going to build on themselves. All right. So what we used last week, we're going to use again this week. And what we use this week, we're going to use next week. All right. It's a foundation. I saw this one here, it caught my eye. If we were to simplify number 8 here, log base 2, well, it's 15 over 15, which is just log base 2 of 1. All right, and then we have to ask ourselves 2 to what power equals 1. So remember, whenever you see a log, doesn't matter what the base is, with a 1 next to it, well, the only thing we can raise to a number and get 1 is 0. All right, so just keep that in mind. 2 to the 0th power is 1. And then going the opposite way, expanding. All right, well, if we expand using the quotient property, let's look at 11. That's already being divided here. We have a quotient right here. So log base 5 of 1 minus, because it's division, that turns into subtraction, log base 5 of 3. All right. Same thing when you throw variables in the mix too. That would be log of m minus log of 7. Dealing with the common log again there. Log of m minus log of 7. All right. And last property here is the power property. This one's not too bad. It's manipulating. It's moving things around. They're the same value, so to speak. We're just changing them around and writing them differently. So this exponent up here, this n, we can move that out front. All right, that's called the power property. So that would be the same thing, would be n times log base b of m. Those are actually equivalent. All right, so we can go both ways here with condensing and expanding again. So right here we're going log base 4 of 2, and now this one needs to be brought back to the exponent to condense it. So 2 to the 5th power. And if you go through your powers of 2, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 would get you 32. So log base 4 of 32. All right, and then down here, expand using the power property. All right, well now this exponent of 7 is already up there. We're going to bring that out in front of the log base 2. So it's going to be 7. Oh, hopefully you can see this. 7 times log base 2 of 8. All right, and that would be it. So that property is not too bad. It gets a little complicated when you start to combine all these. It's similar to the exponent properties we did back in, Algebra 1. So once you start to combine some of these, it gets a little hectic. You'll see that on the back of the notes. All right, you'll see a little bit of quotient rule combined with the power rule or, product property. They're all on the back here. So we can look at like 1 or 2 examples here and then get this video uploaded for you guys. Okay, let's take a look at something like 21. All right, 21 looks like a good one. So we have a couple things going on here. Okay, try to focus this. So here you have a 7 out front. There's also subtraction going on here. Subtraction turns into division, remember? All right, and we have a little bit of power rule going on as well. All right, so let me first take log base 4 of u. I'm going to move that 7 up there. Now it's u to the 7th. All right, minus log base 4. They always have to have the same base, so you can't use these properties. V to the 2nd, and now we're moving a 3 up there as well, and we have to multiply those, okay, using that power rule. So 2 times 3, it's going to get us v to the 6th up here. And now we can condense them further to write them as a single logarithm. Subtraction turns to division, so log base 4 of u to the 7th over v to the 6th. All right. Oh, there we go. Now it's HD. All right, so hopefully you're able to follow that. Let's do one at the bottom here in terms of expanding. So when you have expanding logs, 27 is good. What you can do here is, since these are all being multiplied, we're looking at 29 right now, 27, they're all being multiplied. All right, so we can expand them all into addition. Let me zoom out here for a second. There we go. All right, so that would be log base 6 of x plus log base 6 of y plus log base 6 of z to the 4th. So once you expand them out with addition, all right, now we got to think, can we do anything with power rule? Well, yes, we can take this 4 and move it out front of just that log. So our final answer here from expanding this would be log base 6 of x plus log base 6 of y plus 4 log base 6 of z. All right, let's go HD again. There we go. All right, so check out the answer key. Go through that with the notes and see if you have any questions. You can try some on your own and then give the homework a go. All right, and once again, just to reiterate, I think it's good to try some of the problems, and then check the answer key. So the homework's going to look like this, similar to the examples we just went through: product rule, quotient rule, power rule. All right, it starts by condensing, and then on the back you'll see some expanding. Okay, don't worry about change of base right here. We're not going to do this today. I'm gonna save that for later. All right, so all you have to do here is condense. You don't have to use the change of base formula. And then down here, 13 through 18, we're gonna expand. Okay, so, try the first one, try 13 and check your answer. And then if you get them right, great, keep going for it. All right, they get a little crazy at the end, but you can definitely check the answer key. You can use photo math, and that way you can see step-by-step process and hopefully work your way through these, all right? Besides that, keep up the great work, everybody. We're through week 1. Make sure you get that quiz done. All right, that quiz from Friday. If you didn't do that, it's still open. Get it done ASAP. All right, and until next time, shoot us any emails if you have questions, and have a great Tuesday. It's going to be a beautiful day. Enjoy, everybody. Stay safe, stay active.